Okay, last week I did a video all about getting more opens by working on your subject line, inserting curiosity, benefits. I've linked that above if you want to check that out. If that's one of your main issues is getting more people to open up your emails, not just the content. But this week I want to actually go through and putting together the best content that gets people reading through your page, enjoying your emails, but also getting to that next step, which is kind of clicking through to your sales page, to an application, to a call with you, whatever it is. Want to make sure that we can get there. And, there's kind of two schools of thought in how to do that. So I'm going to show you an example here. Kind of the main example that I use all the time is kind of starting your email with some type of story. It doesn't actually have to be related to whatever your call to action is, but let's start with an emotional story that's kind of correlated in some way, or in some way you can kind of make some transition to it. So find those connection points. Start with that story, kind of get your readers, get them into your world, get their attention, get them reading down the page. That's where you can make your way to some type of transition. Again, you kind of have to connect the dots for your reader, and that connects the dots to whatever your call to action is. Again, it can be everything to going to your blog. It could be going to an application. It could be booking a call with you. It could be a sales page, going to your website. Whatever it is, each of your emails should have some type of call to action, because each of your emails is part of a larger conversation that you're trying to have with your readers. So, kind of that story framework is what I use all the time. It tends to be kind of the framework, but there's another one that I want to mention today and kind of show you a few examples for that. It's a little bit different. It's much shorter. So the one thing that you should do with your audience is kind of test out those story-based emails. Tend to be a little bit longer. If we're going to shorten them up a little bit, how do we go about doing that? And kind of what's the framework for how you're going to do that? So I've got an example here that I got yesterday. It was kind of just a perfect example of kind of using, again, curiosity as a way to get people clicking through to that. You can see it's it's a pretty short email. I would definitely suggest getting on Natural Health Sherpa's email just to kind of see what they're doing. They're very innovative, not only in terms of the from name. So you can see the from name here is Protein Danger, but in how they kind of construct their email. So I'm going to go through kind of the format here. This is something that I learned from somebody that worked for them before, which is Jared Harlan, who's actually coming out with a course sometime soon that I would definitely recommend you check out. And, he's the one that has kind of broken this down for me, kind of giving those insights. And I'm going to just show you how they're kind of using that curiosity to get you to the point where you want to click through here. So, again, the subject line is Protein Danger as they go through that. And the subject line is, this protein may cause strokes, heart disease, and even cancer. And then, kind of ramp up the curiosity here. So there's some kind of dangerous protein that's wreaking havoc on Americans. It's not chicken, it's not fish or pork. So they're kind of getting you into this guessing game, like, okay, what is this protein? Like, you kind of have to find out. And then they talk about all those bad things that can be the result of it. And then they talk about how millions of Americans. So it's something that's a little bit more relevant. It might be in your refrigerator right now. So kind of, you have to find this out, and they're not going to give it away in the email. And that's the great part of how they're getting the click, is you have enough curiosity that on the other side of that click, that's where you're going to figure that out. So great way to do that within the email is you can kind of just talk about the benefits, or in this case, kind of the risks of that, and how, in this case, looking at a protein, all this, damage that it can do to your body, especially if you're, it's part of your everyday diet, and getting you to that click as well. So it's a much shorter email, all about curiosity and building it up within the email. Again, it doesn't have to be a big one. And then, kind of in this bolded place, if you want to protect yourself and your family, you need to stop eating this protein. Again, you have to find out about it. It goes to, you click through this link, and it gets you to a video sales letter for Dr. Gundry, where he kind of goes through that protein quiz. And again, he doesn't reveal what that protein is probably until 40 minutes into the VSL. So along the way, he's kind of furthering the curiosity that you're having right here. So it's all about kind of teasing those possible solutions, or in this case, some of the risks that are out there to get people to a click as well. So one of the things that Jared has kind of really honed in on is kind of the process for how to construct these and what he calls PWAT. And I just want to show you a few other examples. I had to put together a few more recently for kind of an Agora affiliate that I didn't get a response from. So these are kind of spec emails, but they just give you a sense of how you can kind of put together something similar for your email address, for your email mailbox as you go through it. So have a bunch of subject lines as well. Again, all about kind of curiosity, and some of them about benefits. As you go through the emails, what am I starting with is kind of calling out whatever problem that you do have. So, for this one, it's all about kind of a sleep solution. So we're kind of getting into, okay, you're not sleeping well at night. For this one, do you dread going to bed at night knowing that you're not going to sleep through the night? You're probably going to toss and turn over that. And then kind of getting to like, why are you tossing and turning? So everybody has, these problems that are out there, but they don't fully understand the causes that are behind that. So really bringing that out a little bit more, kind of doing a little bit of education and value to them, and then obviously getting to the point where you get to the solution. So again, getting back to like, why you're not sleeping well, it gets back to the stress hormone. Again, I'm not naming that hormone. You kind of have to find out about that once you click through. But all the kind of other benefits that are, I guess risks that are out there. So nervous energy, your heart is racing. I think all of us have kind of woken up and our heart's been racing throughout the night at some point. So you kind of get that feeling. So kind of using those descriptive words to kind of paint the picture for your audience as much as possible, and then teasing some kind of solution at the bottom. So you can see, a simple way to switch off this hormone with the solution that I'm going to talk about in the sales page after they click through, and then talking about the key benefits. So once you take this solution, you can effortlessly fall asleep and stay asleep night after night. Kind of putting an action in there. So in that link, it's a great way to do that, is just, have them, if you can do these simple things every day, in this case, 3 times before bed, sleep soundly. So again, inserting a little bit more curiosity as well in the link, like, what do I have to do 3 times before to bed? Like, it seems really simple to do, but again, leaving a lot out there. You're kind of teasing the solution, kind of teasing the actions that they would have to take, teasing about that stress hormone. Again, it's all about curiosity, talking about the benefits and how their life is going to change, but also giving them some education along the way to get on the other side. And then there's one other one that I want to show you. So this is for kind of a bladder solution. So imagine, again, for this one, this is for kind of the older population where you have a lot of annoying or urgent trips to the bathroom. Again, I'm calling out that problem that they're dealing with right now. For this one, kind of very similar in terms of the formatting. So again, I'm calling out, kind of the reason behind that bladder problem. So for this one, it's that the muscles within your bladder are kind of weakening over time, and it doesn't have that ability as it once was to kind of hold that in. So you have to go to the bathroom a lot more. And then talking about, kind of the fear of having to, wherever you go, you're always looking for a bathroom. You have to get up during the night multiple times. Then teasing kind of the solution. So again, talking about how you can kind of change the situation. So even as you get older, we have the special solution that can take away all these painful moments for you, so that you can live a better life and that thing as well. So again, kind of teasing, if you do this every single morning, it can cure everything there. But you can kind of see how curiosity is used throughout that. So these are kind of very much health examples, but you can use it across industries as well. The key is using curiosity, but also benefits, some education along the way to get people clicking through, and they're very much set up for that potential solution if you're going to a sales page or something else. So think about how you can use this for your business to kind of, what are those things that you can kind of tease in terms of the benefits, the risk, giving away some education to get to them to a point where they're very much ready to get to your sales page, to book a call with you, whatever it is, whatever that call to action that you're looking for. You can get, obviously, in the session I talked about last week. If you follow that, you'll get more people opening your emails. With this one, you're going to get more people clicking through and taking the actions that you want. And if you set them up pretty well, you've already given a visualization of what their life is going to look like with your help or with your product or whatever it is. So that's it for now. If you want to check out, again, I talked about those story-based emails. Actually did a webinar earlier this year all about them. So if you want to check out a little bit more detail on how to start constructing those story-based emails for your list, check out my website at mindsetcopy.com. There's a webinar tab there where you can kind of check out the replays. It give you kind of similar to this, very much some examples on how to construct that, how to construct the relevant stories for your business and your personal story and bringing that to life. So take care.